Executive Director of the American Red Cross in Northwest Iowa and Northeast Nebraska, summer floods made 2024 a year unlike any other. And Tammy Lee has seen it all in her 30 years with the Red Cross. KTIV's community impact reporter Taylor Deckert has her story.
When the flooding started, we were called to Rock Valley. Then within 24 hours, it was a totally different picture of what we had in front of us because all of the communities that were impacted.
Prepare, respond, recover. That's the mission that Tammy Lee follows as the point person for the American Red Cross Nebraska-Iowa region, a leader through emergencies and devastation.
Within several hours, we had activated a national team to come because we knew that it was of a level for a national team, but we didn't yet understand exactly what that was going to look like.
In June 2024, flooding impacted 18 Iowa and Nebraska counties in her jurisdiction.
We were really reacting to the community needs as those needs were being presented within a very few short hours, that this was bigger.
At one point, there were 13 different Red Cross shelters open in the Siouxland region after the flood.
So we had over 4,300 overnight stays over that response period. I mean, that is just beyond anything that we've ever experienced in this area.
Still to this day, Lee is serving as a bridge to people needing help and finding them resources.
Absolutely about the relationships and connections, and that was my work to do.
Lee started with American Red Cross in Mason City in 1995. She later moved back to where she grew up to serve Siouxland.
Continue staying and connecting and convening people in conversations and relationship as long as there is a need for that work to be done.
In Sioux City, Taylor Deckert, KTIV News 4.
Right now, the Red Cross needs volunteers in this region. Lee is recruiting volunteers who have a servant's heart and are ready to jump into action in a crisis. Find out how you can join the mission by reading this story at ktiv.com.